this lecture, we will discuss about legal implications of construction accidents. So, legal implications, what are the guidelines or laws existing occupational safety legislation in India as well as global? Okay. So, the basic aim of concerned lawmaking and amending authorities to devise laws which provide safety standards, protect the needs of the worker, and take care of their welfare. So, basically, legal implication means whenever there is an accident that takes place in a construction site or place, you are going to provide some, protection for the workers. Okay, who are get part of that accident. Either it can be insurance or compensation, or you're going to protect the labor from the job. So this kind of guidelines are there. Okay, so we'll discuss that in upcoming slides. That is how you're going to take care of your labor. Okay, their welfare has to be taken care of. So these laws should be flexible enough to create rather than destroy the jobs and increase overall well-being of the workers. Overall objective is this: you're going to increase the overall well-being of the workers. Okay. So the main objective of OHS, occupational health safety related legislation, are so the legislation purpose is to provide statutory framework, including enactment of general enabling legislation on OHS with respect to all sectors of economic activities, and designing suitable control system of compliance, enforcement, and incentives for better compliance. What have they said is, you're going to provide some safety standards, and you're going to make sure that standards has been followed in your construction project. Okay, so you're going to provide design a suitable safety system, so that you can check whether it is being followed or not. That is why they have said compliance. So incentive for better compliance. So providing administrative or technical support service, providing system of incentives to employees and employees so that they can achieve high safety and health standards, reducing the incidence of work-related injuries, fatalities, and diseases, reducing the cost of workplace injuries, increasing community awareness regarding areas related to OHS. So these are the things, the main objectives of occupational health and safety related legislation. So there is a list of OHS related legislation in India. So laws relating to working hours, condition of service, employment. That is, there are few laws listed here. Factories Act 1948, Dock Workers Act 1948, Plantation Labor Act, Mines Act, Motor Transport Workers Act, and Building and Other Construction Workers Act 1996. So Factories Act and the Building and Other Construction Workers Act are very important with respect to construction safety. Okay, so Contract Act means it deals with contract conditions, terms and conditions, all those things, and laws relating to equality and empowerment of women. So there are few laws with respect to that empowerment of women. That is Maternity Benefit Act, Equal Remuneration Act 1976. So there are some laws relating to equality and empowerment of children. Okay, children means Bonded Labor System Act. Okay, it is all related to children. Okay, Bonded Labor System 1976, Child Labor Act, Prohibition and Regulation Act 1986. So these are the acts that has been existed in India. Okay, till now. So we'll discuss few laws that are related to construction sector. Okay, these are the laws related to social security. That is Workmen Compensation Act 1923, Employee State Insurance Act, Employees Provident Fund and Miscellaneous Provision Act, Payment of Gratuity Act. So we'll see Factories Act. This is an act to consolidate and amend the law regulating labor in factories. So basically, there are these laws related to labors in factories. Okay, whatever the factory is, whatever the type of factory is, it has been regulated to some kind of factories. Okay, it came into force on first of April 1949, and extend to whole of India. The legislation for labor welfare is called Factories Act. The prime objective is to protect workmen employed in factories against industrial or occupational hazards. So protect them from industrial and occupational hazards is the primary motive of this particular act. With that intent, it imposes upon owners and occupiers certain obligations to protect unwary as well as neglect workers and protect and to secure employment for them, which is conducive and safe. This Act's objective is to protect human beings from being selected to unduly long hours of bodily strain, and manual labor. So, these Act, okay, it generally protects the human being or the laborers from being subjected to, working long hours. There is a, whatever the things that is against the safety standards. Okay, this act will give some protection for the human beings. It also provides employees should work in healthy and sanitary conditions. So you're going to provide, basic health and safe sanitary conditions in your workplace. So the precautions be taken for the safety and prevention of accidents. So in order to ensure that the objectives are carried out, local governments are empowered to appoint inspectors to call for returns and to ensure that prescribed registers are duly maintained. So usually the people will come and they inspect the workplace and they will write the remarks, okay, whether the workplace has been followed with proper safety standards or not. So this act provides the safety, health, welfare and other aspects of wages for workers in factories. It is enforced by state government through their factory inspectorates. It also empowers the state governments to frame rules so the local conditions prevailing in the states are appropriately reflected in the enforcement to make the punishments provided in the act stricter and their opportunities are taken advantage of to make certain other amendments found necessary in implementation of act. So whenever possible, the state government can do amendments, okay, according to their according to their own state conditions, state government guidelines. Okay. So the next act is Workmen's Compensation Act. So this is an act that provides for the payment of compensation for injury by accident by certain class of employees to their workmen. So the major objective is to provision for the payment of compensation to the workman only. So whoever is involved in the work, that is to the concerned employee himself in case of his surveying the injury in question and to the dependents in the case of its death. So basically the objective is to provide a compensation to the workman, okay, whoever is involved in the work, okay, directly involved in the workplace. An additional advantage of this type of legislation is that by increasing the importance of adequate safety device, it reduces the number of accidents that workmen have in the manner that cannot be achieved by official inspection. Further, the encouragement given to workers, employees to provide adequate medical treatment for their workmen should mitigate the effect of those accidents which occurs very often. So you can make sure that kind of medical treatment will be given to the workmen, okay, so that accidents can be minimized. Okay, the benefits so conferred on the workmen added to the increased sense of security which they will enjoy and should render industrial life more attractive and thus increase the available supply of labor. So only when you do such kind of activities, that is medical treatment or having proper health and safety in the workplace, then it will attract more laborers or they work properly in your work environment and it will increase the available supply of labor. Okay, people will voluntarily come and do their work. Okay, whenever if you have any poor workplace or unsafe workplace condition, then people won't come and do their work effectively. Okay, the act provides a cheaper and quicker disposal of disputes relating to compensation through special tribunals are possible under civil law. The passage of time has widened the court's approach and their approach has become more liberal, leaning towards the workman. So even now, this kind of act is existed, and this act provides, basically provides whatever the compensation issue that whenever the employees face, whenever there is an accident or employees want to go for compensation amount, you can go for apply this kind of act. Okay, you can go for this kind of act, refer it, and you can use use of it.